Hi, I'm Will, one of the founders of Cynical Clothing.
Hi, my name is Justin with Cynical Clothing. I'm one of the co-founders.
I'm Brad. Everybody calls me Schoolie. I'm one of the co-founders of Cynical Inc.
My name is Marcus, co-owner of Cynical Inc. here. Been part of the company for about a year and a half now.
Me and a friend of mine were talking about making some sports shirts to support some of the local teams in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and we just started thinking what we needed to get to start making t-shirts. So we started working on getting a press and an exposure box and screens and all the equipment and materials to get them, but we didn't have the money to pay for it. So I talked to a friend of ours one night on our back patio. We were just out relaxing and told him that we needed about $75 to $100 to get an exposure box. So he gave me the money and he said, let's do it. So we did. Next thing I knew, we had all the equipment and everything we needed to start making t-shirts. And I was like, this is silly. We have all this stuff. Why don't we start a clothing company? Will
sent me a message. We had an idea to do like sports shirts, like, just play on words, just funny stuff. And that slowly evolved into, making our own clothing line. And, we sat around and tried to come up with names. There were many nights we sat in the living room just looking up, Googling, different words and this and that. And, it just, just playing words off each other.
We wanted something that was catchy, something that was easy, something that was in your face. Justin and I, we were going, he was living with me at the time, and I remember we spent many nights just sitting on the couch just with a notepad writing name after name after name after name, and we probably had 150 names on this sheet of paper. And I guess a week and a half had gone by or something. I was driving somewhere. It was real late at night, coming home from something, I can't remember. But the name Cynical came into my head, and it was like a light bulb just instantly went off, and I was like, wow. So I texted him just Cynical, and I didn't even have to say anything else. He was just like, that's it. And it was from there. Well, the first night of printing, we printed probably 30 or 40 shirts, just for our friends, to wear, just to kind of promote us. And the funny thing, I think it was on Halloween, is actually when everybody got their shirts, and everybody ended up at the same carnival. I mean, everybody was wearing our shirt, and it was kind of cool to see something we printed, everybody had it on.
When Cynical all started, it started off as a hobby, and we needed a website, something to promote the brand. So I talked to my IT guy, and he said that he could build us a website, and he built us a website from scratch. And we wanted something professional, not something that looked like it was, cheaply made, something that was user-friendly and that everybody could come and even browse and look at stuff or whatever.
I came in through pretty much their connection that they have with music. I got tied up with a couple local artists, D-Snacks, Big Cliff, and actually one night that I was hanging out with Cliff at a party, had this idea for one of his t-shirts, kind of pitched it to him, and he put me in touch with William, who liked the idea. We kind of messed around with it, and I never really printed it, but it at least got my foot in the door. And from there, me and Will, Justin and Schoolie, we just all became friends. It's kind of one of those things that you meet people and you just click.
We were all really big fans of a band back in the day called Evans Blue. They were really good when they had a lead singer named Kevin Madison. He left that band to start a band called Parabel, what came to be known as Parabel. And there was many days that we'd spend out here working in the shop and we'd listen to his music, and we were just big fans. We found out that the band Parabel was going to be playing a show in Dallas, so I printed a Parabel shirt that had some birds across the front and it said Parabel. And I wore it to that show that night, and a couple of the band members were like, wow, that's badass. Can you guys make some shirts like that for us, for the band? And I was like, yeah. After that night, we all exchanged phone numbers and everything, and we found out that they were going to be playing some shows in San Antonio and Houston. So we printed like 4 of every design of shirt that we had for the guys, and took just a big box of merch down there for them, and met with the band in San Antonio, spent the weekend with them there, and went to Houston the following night. It was just it was a whirlwind of a weekend. It was crazy. And that kind of was the beginning of it, just kind of snowballed from there.
Well, although we didn't do the Fallen Angel line, we still wanted to do something with, you know, a girl line. So that's kind of when we came up with the idea to do Cynical Girls. What we do mostly to recruit girls is we hold contests. You know, we'll have them submit pictures of themselves, you know, in other modeling shoots that they've done. And then from those, we'll kind of choose, you know, who we feel like would be a good fit for the position. You know, we'll ship them clothes, and then they'll do our shoots and then send us, you know, the photos back just to help promote. And, you know, we like to take care of them. You know, whenever they, you know, have shoots, they send us, you know, things saying, hey, I got this scheduled. So we ship out some clothes to them as soon as possible. And then, you know, we just see what results we get back.
The first night, I remember Schoolie and I went to Dallas and picked up the materials. We got home probably about 7 o'clock that night. We were so excited we had to print a shirt that night. So as soon as Justin got off work, he came over and we started. We burned our first screen, and like I said, we didn't have a press, so we set up sawhorses and put a piece of wood across those sawhorses and laid the shirt down that we had bought from Hobby Lobby or something for like $5. We bought a black one and a white one. And we laid those shirts down. We got the screen burned, and it came out perfect. For some reason, the very first screen we ever burned was perfect. We all it happened right here, right where I'm sitting, and we all kind of just stepped back after it was done and looked at it, and we were just like, wow, this is incredible. We did a black one and a white one, and it was both Justin and I's size, and we were so excited we had to wear it. The next day, Justin and I know we both wore them to work, and we got in our cars and got out, and we noticed that there was an exact replica of the back of the shirt on our seats. The ink had transferred from the back of our shirt to the seats of our cars, and we both called each other. I was like, I don't think this ink is dry. And he's like, yeah, it's all over my seat. And I was like, I know, it's all over mine too. So we get on YouTube and we find out that you had to get it up to like 1,000 degrees to get this ink to dry. And it was definitely a learning curve, and it still is. We're going to eventually try to get to where we're printing our own tags and having hanging tags. Just an overall better experience for our customers with our product. Continuously offering new things, like we've started doing belts and hats and accessories, getting away from just doing t-shirts. Just constantly trying to make the name bigger and getting it out there.
I've seen it come from nothing, and you know, from that first night in the garage, you know, being so, you know, proud of what we did, and you know, I've seen it grow over these past 5 years into, you know, just a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger every year. And I think, you know, the longer we stick to it, you know, the better it's going to get. You know, we keep, you know, continue to put out, you know, better and better stuff. It's only, I mean, the sky's the limit.
Well, I think everybody that starts a clothing company, I think they all want to become millionaires. You know, they want to break the bank quick. Don't get me wrong, we'd like the money too, but we want to do it our way. We don't want to do it fake. We don't want to sell out to anybody. We want to do it the Cynical way. And I'd like to see the company grow to where we can have, you know, our own departments. I mean, we all do our fair share. But I'd like to see where we could just grow and become a viable player in the business.
In the next 5 years, I definitely, I I mean, I see a lot of growth already, so I don't see how it couldn't be any bigger than what it is now. I hope to see it in stores, you know, on the shelves. It's when I came onto the company, I don't think I knew just quite how big it was. You know, I knew how popular it was with the local scene, you know, in Dallas-Fort Worth. You know, but when I got to know the company more and more, I realized the fact that they have orders from literally all over the U.S. and also international. You know, I know we've shipped to Norway. I know we've had some orders from Australia. So I didn't really know what I was getting myself into. You know, I figured it was going to be kind of throwing around some ideas about, you know, well, I guess original designs, and then also for like bands too. I just didn't know like the business side of it until I got to know them a little bit better. So in the next 5 years, I definitely see some stressful times coming, just simply because it is growing, and it's growing at a rapid rate. So we're kind of learning as we go, you know, exactly how to handle things, but we do it with the right mindset. You know, we get along great. Some of our ideas, we all have different ones, but we collaborate those ideas to become what you see. So I don't think we're going down. You know, we can only go up from here.
I'm just saying, remember you're a part of me. If heaven were the setting and all this were real, and hell be the ending, and a drop in the ocean would save the million waves that find their way back to get out. And I'll watch you move much faster than my words, and I'll watch you move much further from my arms. I never know what to say. You take it all in stride. Hold me tonight, 'cause you're a part of me. It's just a drop in the ocean, and you'll find your way back to the sea. All the kinds of ways you talk too much. Just say what you think. You're a part of me. You're the only drop in the ocean. You're a part of me. You're the only drop in the ocean. Is a drop in the ocean.
Like I said, it's a great friendship that came together and formed a business, and it's cool how it all came together. You know, but there's certain people in your life that, you know, you feel like you just have to talk to every day. You know, and I feel like if the day goes by that I didn't hear from y'all, it wouldn't be the same day. You know what I mean?
You'll make me
Yeah.
cry.
Oh, don't cry, buddy.
I mean, that's really a good point. I can't think a day has gone by that there hasn't been a text message from somebody in that that 4-person text message that we do have.
Yep.
It's pretty crazy. Hey, did anybody mention that we're actually in Justin's old bedroom? Mm-hmm. Justin used to sleep right here with his hand, and
Well, I actually slept right there where you're at.
5 sisters.
You have 5
Yeah,
sisters?
the walls in here are probably ruined, like wrecked. Good thing that's not a black light over there. It'd be like ghosts everywhere in here. Babies were wasted in this room.
Hey, anytime you want to get in here and cut him off.
I just let him go. Give him his moment to shine. He doesn't get these very often.